So, welcome to part 2, and previously on part 1 I was drinking Budvar and the Bohemian British lager from Utopian brewery. You have to excuse me, we've had a few Budvars today. So I'm a bit croaky as well because I've been coughing a bit after having these super strong crisps, which you sort of do when you've been out having a few beers. So I fancy this St Ives Porth Pilsner. So anyway, so basically in part 1 we were drinking the wonderful Budvar, and I've got my glass that cost me £5 because I didn't want to steal it from the lovely place we've been today. So I'll put a couple of snippets on about that, so we'll get this out. But anyway, part 2 is carrying on with the Utopian brewery beer, and it is their Harlequin, oh I haven't got it here with me, their Harlequin Pilsner, which you'll see, it's all in the video, so if I'm forgetting about it. But I just wanted to say, basically in part 1, there's a lot of times when I struggle to get the flavours and the smells, but basically Budvar, it's like sours hops, isn't it? It's hoppy, sort of caramelly, it's refreshing, it's nice, it's lovely, it's crushable. It's what it is, you know. And the same with a Bohemian lager. It was fresh, crisp, clean, lovely. I think the yeasts are giving some of them flavours as well. So it's amazing, you know, the lager yeast works under colder sort of light temperatures. The sort of ale yeast, you know, works more under warmer fermentation. So yeah, you get that nice crispness from them lagers. So yeah, there's not a massive amount of aroma coming out of them. They're just hoppy and nice and sort of like lush and caramelly, and from that decoction, peel off, mash, boil stuff. Anyway, so let's just have a sip of this. It's not about this. That's not bad. It's refreshing. It's getting rid of the tanky throat. So anyway, on to part 2. A couple of little snippets before, and then straight into the Pilsner Urquel. Oh, I can't say it, can I, Jenny? I can't say it. Pilsner Urquel, the original Pilsner brewed at Pilsner Urquel. Urquel, just, you can't even tell me what it is because you can't pronounce it in words. But anyway, on we go. Enjoy. So we're in the Beach Cafe bar in St Ives, and what's on the bar but Budvar? Yes. So here we have it. Not in a Budvar glass. Mrs Spencer has had a lager and lime in a Budvar glass. Put lime in it. But anyway, as you'd expect, really nice, hoppy, malty on the nose. Just what it is. It's hoppy, malty, fresh, clean, crisp. Oh, caramelly, hoppy, nice, lovely balanced bitter, spot on. Put my glasses on because I look really tired. We drove all the way from Leicester to St Ives. Like, we left at what, 4 o'clock this morning, wasn't it? And we're in this really nice place here. So I'm going to show you this menu. Look, so we're in this place. It's BCB. So what is it? Bar? Beach Bar Cafe. Oh, Beach Cafe Bar. Beach Cafe Bar. I've been drinking Budvar, right? But I've been drinking it in just plain glasses. So I said, have you not got a Budvar glass? They said, people steal them. The only ones we've got left are in the dishwasher. So I said, we'll stay a little longer if you get me a Budvar glass. Here we have it. So the heads dissipated a little bit, but the Budvar's still in there. And Mrs Spencer, she's got a Aperol Spritz. So yeah, lovely place, looking out over the beach. The harbour, yeah, the harbour. Oh yeah. So Mrs. Spencer don't want to be in the video. Other than vocally. My hair needs washing?
No, my hair.
Oh, your hair needs washing. Okay. So anyway, enough of that. We had a lovely few, we had a couple of hours in there drinking Budvar and Aperol Spritz and a bit of cheesecake. So on to the Utopian Harlequin Pilsner and the Pilsner Urquel. Urquel, Seagull, whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm on about.
Names are famous beers that too many people get wrong. So, since it's Czech, how is it said in Czech? Well, Pilsner, Urquel.
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 Pilsner,
German,
Urquel.
they say it as.
Urquel.
Pilsner, Urquel.
Pilsner,
Urquel.
Urquel.
It's easy. And now you know.
So anyway, so it's Pilsner, Urquel. Urquel? Urquel? Oh, I don't... So, whew, after swiftly crushing, talk about crushable. I mean, like, I think that last video was 23 minutes long. I'm going to be cutting lots of it out, I'm sure. And I'm going to be doing a typical Spenno, dropping into the video whilst I'm at work, going, ah, oh, Lee, you said that wrong or whatever. But anyway, really excited now. I do love this. I can't exactly remember what it tastes like, but all I know is when I had this, I thought that tastes very similar. So I've not seen, like I said, I've not seen anybody review this. So whether or not this is a review, I don't know. But all I can guarantee is, all I can say is, I know what tastes good and I know what don't. And I can pretty much, even though a lot of the beer reviewers will, just for a laugh today, I bought some fruit and I was going to start sniffing the beer going, oh, pineapple, mango. Yeah, I've got like, you know, peach in there and all this. And then basically I just had some fruit here with pineapple, mango, because I actually purposely had some mango the other day. We had a meal with mango. I chomped on it, I smelt it. Mango hasn't got that much of a, oh, crikey. God, now that's got some serious hops going on in that. Whoa. So mango to me has hardly got much of a smell at all, but that is because my nose isn't as good. So when I see beer reviewers, when pick out, oh, mango, peach, grapefruit, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they pick out these individual flavours, because for me, I just smell sort of fruit. I smell it as if somebody come over to me and now look at the difference in the colour. Not that you can see, but I will show you. If somebody came to me and said, here you go, like, here's a fruit cocktail, and they'd put, I think I've said this before, and they'd put mango, pineapple, peach and whatever in it and blended it all up, I'd probably smell the dominant. So I can smell pineapple over all the other sort of things that are in. If there's strawberry smell, I can smell that. Banana, I mean, banana, you sometimes get some banana smell. Right, so now that, again, now that's massively different, the smell. Again, caramelly, malty. What is actually going on with these lagers? They're so amazing. I mean, well, lager, this Pilsner now. So Pilsner to me is like basically a very like a more bitter, more intense hopped like infused lager, as far as I'm aware. However, that is lending itself to some nice sweetness. Apology, but maltiness, not sweetness. I don't know why I say that. I suppose bitter, sweet. This Oh, that's West Coast IPA hoppy, that is. But I have had this and it's fucking awesome. It really is. So, Harlequin then, okay? So, apparently the Harlequin hops is great in the late edition and the dry hopping. Smooth bitterness it gives, which I've got here. And it's got an alpha acid, 9.5 to 12%. Now, apparently, since I put this down, I just looked up SARS, and it's very low in alpha acid. So that's not giving loads of bitterness, as you wouldn't want. You don't want a lot of real bitterness in like a sort of a lager. In a Pilsner, you want to get more. You want to have a bit more bitterness in it. So what we've got here, so it's saying the Harlequin hop is tropical fruit like passion fruit, peach and pineapple. That's probably why I've said pineapple, and quite complex bitterness in it. So if I start smelling that, oh excuse me, necking them two. Literally, I can smell a fruity smell. I can't smell peach, I can't smell pineapple. And this is one of the reasons why I need to sit next to a beer reviewer. I'm hoping to get one of my favourite beer reviewers to come and sit here with me and pick out these notes, and then I can be programmed to go, now I know this Harlequin hop is like tropical fruit, passion fruit, peach, pineapple. So yeah, I'm getting a hoppy fruity, a hoppy fruity nose. Not sure about this, but oh crikey, that is so caramelly, so toffee-like. Now, whether or not I've had it's an influence on the beers I've drank before. Like I said, this is not a beer review. This is an introduction basically to these guys, Utopian. Fantastic. What a great sort of like idea to brew German and Czech style beers using British ingredients. But look at the colour difference. There, that's quite outstanding. That looks like, Jesus, that looks amazing, doesn't it? This looks more pale, obviously more pale, but I know this is good. So I'll be interested to see if I get any caramel notes out of this. Now, before I get caramelized with this, I'm going to get onto this. Cheers, everybody. Oh, now you see, oh my God, that is absolutely outrageously good. Now that really is a tropical bash. My nose is crap, but my taste buds are great. But I always find that once I've had a few swigs of a beer, it ignites my nose. I tell you something else I've been doing as well. I've been snorting the head of the beer. And I might even like give it a go, because a lot of they say to pour these hard because the foam protects the beer. I mean the head on that, I'm not sure how hard I poured that, but you know, that's like dissipated quite a lot now. That's probably retaining its head a bit better, but then it is in a glass, I think. Oh no, it's not got a widget. But yeah, the foam protects the beer, but also the foam is there to give you the aromas, which I don't get massively until I've had about I have to have about probably a third of a pint, and then it sort of ignites my nose a little bit. But when I've gone and snorted the head, that's when I get the flavours, boom, the aromas. That, it's in a William Brothers glass as well. That, oh, so bitter, but not. When you talk about bitterness, there's a bitterness in some beers that are just like, oh God, jeez, that's horrible. But this is a smooth, oh, it's very smooth bitter. Oh, that, oh my God, that, to be honest with you, I've had quite a few West Coast IPAs and that's lending itself to, that's lending itself to, they say, don't they? People who disregard lagers, it's like, hang on a minute, correct me if I'm wrong, the only difference between lager and sort of like, what we're going to, sort of like beer, if you like your IPAs, your bitters, your porters, that side of thing, is one's warm, one's cold. So the only difference is the yeast. Because every beer, every lager, every style of every beer possible has got hops in it. It's got like barley, wheat, you know, malts. It's, well, you know, barley is malts, but what I mean is like, they've all got that core ingredients and yeast. So with a beer, the yeast needs to be warmer. It needs to be warmer in the fermentation part. Whereas with a lager, it needs to be colder. So as far as I'm concerned, the only difference between your sort of real ale, your beers and all that, and your lagers is the yeast. So this is full of, I mean, if they're only using that one hop. So Harlequin Pils isn't unabashed celebration of British hops. And they have got no reason to be embarrassed about this British hop, because if it's just that one hop giving all that aroma and flavour in there. We've taken one of our favourite styles, German Pilsner, brewed authentic, with a double decoction mash. A double decoction mash. So, here we have it. I've just watching, this is why Spenno has to come in and correct Spenno. So, one's a German style Pilsner. So a German style Pilsner that is different to a Czech Pilsner. Now, I've got it here. I've had to research it. So a German Pilsner is lighter in colour, as you can see, and is drier than its Czech brother. So yes, that Harlequin Pilsner is certainly drier, certainly bitterer, certainly more sort of like it says here, cracker hay, more like grainy in its taste, exactly. And the Czech Pilsner is spicier, flavours of baked bread. So the Czech Pilsner, yes, that's the more darker, more malty, and more like that style. So that just goes to show me, I mean, like I say, it wasn't an A-B between them. It wasn't one versus the other. It was it's a introduction to Utopian. But yes, that German style Pilsner was absolutely dry, hoppy, lovely, amazing. And that's why I'm getting them grainy, hayy, crackery sort of taste rather than them malty taste. So it's done exactly what it says on the tin, doing that decoction, double decoction as well. So yeah, Spenno, correcting you once again, young man, old boy, make sure you get it right. And long cold fermentation and heaped in the juicy fresh, now, and there we go, now fresh hop variety Harlequin. That's it, that's what it is. It's like a real bittery, juicy, yeah, it is. Oh, it's like the juiciest, bitterest hop ever. It's crazy, that is. Is that just one hop in there? This is a beer of endless summer nights, whenever you choose to drink it. Water, malted barley, hops and yeast. Oh my God. That is absolutely outrageous. That Harlequin hop, is it a multi-purpose hop? I don't know, but whatever that hop Well, it says it's 9.5 to 12%. Well, I'll tell you something now. In the boil, I would say they've literally put that in at the start. That's gone through the full boil. That is so bitter. And that is the bitterest, the most bitterest Pilsner I've had so far. But then again, I've only had that one. So, and that's sitting there patiently, look, waiting. But I can see why this is the original Pilsner and why it is the best. I know this is the best. But this is just, this has got crazy. This has got some malts in it, like malted barley. Yeah, so we've got some. It's definitely got malted barley in here. But the bitter, the hops and the bitterness is really up the front. It really is at the front. If Janie smelt that, she said that's a smelly beer. That is like cracking open an 8.5% West Coast IPA. It's so hoppy, so bitter, but beautifully bittered. I could drink that, literally I could drink that forever. It's outrageously good. It's right, but it's almost like once you get that bitter smack, you want it again. And this is like, this really is the other way. It's a bit like that way. So it's really bittery, tropical, fruity hops, really smelly, mixed up fruit, you know, like the fruits just got together and just started to make a little party together. And it's like, no, you know, you're not going to smell me, I'm part of the gang. And it's just a big mushed up fruit smell, but with a lot of bitterness. So this really is a huge, but for my palate, that's amazing. Right, anyway, I can't wait to try the other beers. The fridge is packed full of them. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, I told you this was going to be a long video, and I was having 4 beers in a very short space of time. Right, so here we go with the original, the one and only, the actual proper original Pilsner, brewed in the original way. Hail to the Pilsner Urquel. This is going to be the sweetest thing I've ever tasted in my life after that. I can smell the malts already. Oh, I mean, look at the colour as well. You can see it. That's a beautiful colour. It's so clear, so fresh. So here I am stepping in again. So we've established, I am then recognising the difference between these two beers, but then in watching this video back and editing it, I'm realising that yes, one's a German style Pilsner and one's a Czech style Pilsner. They're very, very different. One's very pale, grainy, wheaty, crackery. The other one is a lot darker in the caramelly type of sides, and that they're two completely different styles of Pilsner. And the Speno beer reviewer is realising that, but he didn't actually know it at the time. And like I say, it's not an A-B, it's not a competition between the two. It's basically two fantastic different Pilsner, and a tribute and a recognition and an introduction, if you haven't seen them before, to Utopian Brewery. Absolutely awesome. Oh, so different. This is an unabashed celebration of British hops. So this is basically saying we're not embarrassed. I've repeated myself, I know. We're not embarrassed to use British hops to make this style of lager, this style of Pilsner. And we've taken a favourite style, German Pilsner. So this is a Czech Pilsner. So they're very different in there. I think the German Pilsner and the Czech Pilsner is very different. Different waters, different things. So you can't, it's not like these are trying to copy this. They're just doing a Pilsner, a German Pilsner. This is a Czech Pilsner. So, you know, it's going to be different. I think, if I remember, yes, the German Pilsners are probably going to be more grainy. So that's where the paler stuff comes from. Just tell me, but this is not trying to be this. It's not. I just thought when I had this, oh, it tastes very similar. So these are two very different sort of Pilsners. But I love how the fact it's brewed in the proper sort of like authentic way from years ago. And I'm sure that they brew the same way. So like I say, this is not about this trying to be this at all. It's about, this is a frigging brilliant original Pilsner where it all sort of really came from. And this is a absolutely unbelievable, fantastic Pilsner from Utopian Spano, using this Harlequin hop, which I really am impressed with. It must be one of these hops that just gives huge aromas, huge flavours, and huge bitterness. If they've only used this hop, they're probably like whacked this hop in the boil, left it in there, I don't know, gone on holiday for 3 weeks, left it because it's so bitter. But it's not. See, it's not dry. It gives you the impression it's dry, but I'm not salivating around it to try and I'm not fighting the bitterness. So it's a very smooth bitterness. But then it's almost like they've put it in, like, I don't know, sort of like the middle of the boil to get all them, just really extract all them, you know, them. So you've stopped taking the bitterness out of it now, and then you've put Harlequin in the sort of like middle edition of the boil, like a second edition, to really pull out as much flavour as you can get from it. I think that is maxed out with the flavour of that hops. And then they've smashed it, they've probably put it in the very late edition of the boil to literally just get some aromas out of it. And then they've dry hopped the shit out of it. They've teabagged dry hopped it and probably left it in there for, God, weeks. They've actually said like a long cold fermentation. So yeah, so they've, whether or not they've threw it in, literally just chucked it in, or they've, because if you put it in the bag, you don't get much of the oils, will not even, so you get pretty much no, I would imagine, no flavour from it. You're getting all the aromas. So what they've done is they've got this hop and they've, give me it. They've literally squeezed absolutely every ounce of bitterness, flavour, aroma they can get out of this hop. And by God, they've done it well. Oh, that is absolutely Utopian Brewery. No wonder Johnny from the Craft Beer channel says this is his favourite brewery. I'm brand new to these, but my God, they're fantastic. And a great can, a great label to put on the cabin as well. Anyway, so back to the Pilsner Urquel. I think I'm just going to have to leave you guys alone now. I'm 25 minutes on this video. I'm sure the other one was 20. I don't know how I'm going to pack this into a 30-minute video. We'll have to see. Bitter. I'm still getting bitterness out of this. And I think, to be honest with you, like, I'm not going to take anything away from this because my palate loves bitterness. This is still a nice bitter. A nice bit. I'm not drinking this after that crazy bitterness, thinking there's nothing in this. It is. This is absolutely beautiful. This is, since the Beer Monster introduced me to this, I've never looked back. This is like, love you. Pilsners. Where have you been all my life? So anyway, right, so I'm gonna chew my throat. What time is it? 9:35. Thursday night. I'm not supposed to be drinking 4 beers in, you know, less than an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my way through the rest of this, and yeah. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for putting up with me. All my waffle, my attempt at knowing what I'm talking about. But if nothing else comes from this video, please, 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 please check these guys out, because you will not be disappointed. And I must admit, for me, this Harlequin British Pilsner is one of the nicest, most loveliest, most experienced. It's like a roller coaster going on in your mouth. The mouthfeel is crazy. It's just an explosion of fruity, bittery flavours. Not a lot going on in the malts. There's got to be something going on in there to calm that bitterness down, because the bitterness doesn't linger to want to make you swell your mouth out with water or saliva, which I find a lot with quite bitter forward, like, you know, hot bitter forward beers. You go, I want to drink more. I can actually have a big gulp of this and put it down for a few minutes. So I think the malts that are in that are there to calm down the bitterness. So this is very, very hop forward, in its taste. But the malted barley is definitely there to stop you swilling your mouth out to get rid of the bitterness. And it's a lovely bitterness as well. But yes, whew. Wow. Anyway, right, I'm off. I'm going to snore tonight. I know it. I'll be in big trouble. Thanks for watching. Take care.